Papua, the land of the rising sun, is home to a diverse group of people who have lived on this island for centuries. But this paradise on earth has also been a site of conflict and struggle. One of the most significant conflicts that have taken place in Papua is the KKB, or the Free Papua Movement. This movement has been fighting for the independence of Papua from Indonesia for over 5 decades. The KKB, or OPM, as it is known locally, was formed in the 1960s by a group of Papuan nationalists who felt that their people were being oppressed and marginalized by the Indonesian government. The early days of the KKB were marked by sporadic acts of violence and rebellion against the Indonesian government, with small groups of armed militants carrying out attacks on police and military posts. In response to the KKB's activities, the Indonesian government sent troops to Papua to quell the rebellion. This led to a cycle of violence, with both sides committing human rights violations and atrocities. Over the years, the KKB has evolved into a complex network of armed groups with different ideologies and goals. Some groups still fight for independence, while others are involved in criminal activities such as extortion, smuggling, and illegal mining. The KKB's activities have had a devastating impact on the people of Papua, with civilians caught in the crossfire of the conflict. Schools, hospitals, and public infrastructure have been destroyed, and thousands of people have been displaced from their homes. Despite the challenges, there have been efforts to find a peaceful solution to the conflict in Papua. In 2001, the Indonesian government granted special autonomy to Papua, giving the region greater control over its resources and governance. However, the KKB continues to reject the Indonesian government's offer and has continued to carry out attacks and engage in criminal activities. The conflict in Papua is complex, with deep-rooted historical and political issues at its core. Finding a lasting solution will require a commitment from all parties involved to engage in peaceful dialogue and find common ground. As we look to the future, we must remember that Papua is home to a beautiful and diverse community of people who deserve to live in peace and harmony. It is our collective responsibility to ensure that their voices are heard and that their rights are respected.